Who do you find needs to be at the table when you start crafting it like a go-to-market strategy to help these companies think strategically about the way they should sell in 2025 and beyond?
Yeah, you have to have sales buy-in. There's no chance that this works without sales buy-in. And the other thing that we think that there are three sort of key strategies that work in supply chain. They are strategies that I have blatantly stolen from my friends in SaaS. So this is nothing new for some of your folks, but very new for us. One is really planting the flag and deciding that you are the expert on one thing with some great examples of that. Two is intent data. This introduction of account-based marketing, intent data, and programmatic media buying into the supply chain market is like blowing people's minds. So we are introducing Sixth Sense and Rollworks and some other options to this marketplace, and they're kind of freaking out, which is really cool. And then lastly is partnerships, which the SaaS ecosystem is really used to this partnership ecosystem, right? So there are these three strategies working in supply chain, and we're bringing them in, right? But to your point, if you don't have the leadership buy-in and you don't have the sales team saying, yes, this is going to work, the marketing teams at these supply chain companies are always underfunded. I mean, it's a $4 billion company with no CRM. They're not even on HubSpot, like let alone like using intent data to like have a lead score, right? Like, and so that's usually what we're dealing with are heavy sales orgs with very little go to market or marketing support, or and a lot of times marketing, with the air quotes, to the leaders of these supply chain companies is a girl like me in my 20s, right? Who was like making they still today call them tear sheets, making tear sheets and like,
I've made those.
yeah,
Lots
me
of
too.
them.
Yeah. Yeah. Making tear sheets and like, social media posts, and they don't understand the value. So we do a lot of education, but the education actually, like, we literally wrote the book. Like we wrote an actual book on it, so that now if you read it, which sometimes people do, and then they come into me and they're like, "Hey, I read your book and now I understand." I'm like, "Oh, that's so great," right? So the tide is changing, but it's a little bit like turning the Titanic.